So I have here an old Dr. Seuss book that I found in my basement. The cover had actually already been ripped off of it, and honestly I don't know what happened to it, but I thought I'd use it to make I'm going to be putting together a journal for my middle child. He does not have a baby book yet, and so I thought I would start one for him and for my youngest, Isaiah. So Jake and Isaiah will get their own little journal. It's going to be a little bit combination of scrapbooking and kind of a junk journal idea. I used to scrapbook forever. I mean, it was a long time ago, but yeah, see, I've already been using this book to cut up things. I've used it in my own journal already. So I'm just going to pick a page. I think I'm going to do this one because I really like these little guys. I'm not too particular because I'm going to trim the paper down. So to do that, I am going to use this other trimmer, paper trimmer. Honestly, I think this is We Are Memory Keepers as well. Pretty sure. But I found it to be really, really, really helpful in getting everything ready. So the punch board instructions tell you what size to trim the paper to. I am going to go with 7 1/4 because that's the one I made last time. So I'll trim off the rough edge here first, just to get it all the same size. We can do one actually 7 5/8, which is made for a 4x6 card. Here, I'll show you. It's kind of neat because they have these instructions here in the side. So I'm doing the envelope today. So and the instructions on how to use it are right here. And then you just find the size of the card that you're making the envelope for, and then you trim the paper to the size here in the paper size column, and then the punch guide is on the other side of this little mechanism here. But let's do the 4x5 size card. So you needed the paper size should be 7 5/8 inches. So I'm going to trim my paper down to 7 5/8 inches. Let's do the other side. It's just going to be a square. The first time I used this punch board thing, envelope punch board, it was a little trying, I must say, because I wasn't following the instructions. How about that? Imagine things are difficult when you don't follow the directions. So now I've got my 7 5/8 inch. Oh, she looks so sad. I think I'll put her on the inside. These guys will be on the outside. So now we get our little punch board out, and the punch guide says for 7 5/8 inches we need 3.5. So that's the 3.5 punch guide. So over on this side, this is the punch guide, and you use the measurements here on the top in the turquoise. And then once you find that measurement, you just follow the instructions. So it says to go ahead and do 3.5 inches. And punch here, and that will give you this. It cuts out this little guy here. See that? Okay. So we'll line it back up 3.5 inches, and then it has this in the side here. It's got this little tool, kind of like a bone folder. But it wants you to score the envelope score line A. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to come right here. I'm not going to push too hard because this paper is actually fairly brittle. And it goes right up in that little groove there. And then it says to turn the paper 1/4 turn counterclockwise. So that's this way. So now what you do is you line the part you just scored, this line here. You line that up with this envelope score groove. So that's this. It's labeled that right here. I don't know if you can see that. Here. So you line it up with this grant line here. So I line it up and see I got the edge here, it goes up in here, and then I punch again, and I'm going to do the same thing with this score line A. Again, not too hard because you don't want to tear the paper. And you just do that, repeat that every time. And this is the last one. Oopsies. Alright, so now I've got all my pages or my things are scored. And I'm going to go ahead. This top part, it has two more things on it. So this side, there's a corner rounder, and this side is a corner slitter. So if I were going to make a gift box or something, I'd use this side. It gives this little slit in the, here, I'll show you. Show you on this one. When you use this punch side, it gives you a little slit. So, you know, if you're making a box, can you see that? That's how you'd close the box up. But we're not going to use that. I'm going to use the other side, which rounds corners. So we'll just go around each corner. There you go. And so that's actually kind of cute for the outside. I think I am. I'm going to have that be the outside and this be the inside. So since this is the outside, I'm going to start folding these up just like this. And fold each of the sides in. And the top down. And now I can put this away and we'll finish up this envelope. I'm just going to glue it together and it's all done. So I've got a little bit of my, you know, my handy tacky glue that I use for everything because the kids needed it at school, and so I have, you know, several bottles of it. I like, personally, the bottom flap to be inside. I'm not sure if that's correct in the envelope world, but I'm just going to put a little glue on each of these sides. I'm going to glue this side in first. Make sure I didn't do that wrong. And then I'm going to put just a dot of glue here. And we're going to fold this side in. Ooh, you know what, I made a different size than I did last time. So I just goofed. But that's okay. We'll wipe that off. It'll dry. No one will know, except for you. So there you go. So that is how you use the We Are Memory Keepers 1, 2, 3 punch board to make an envelope. Isn't that cute? I think that's so cute. So yeah, see the first one, this one is 7 5/8. The first one I made was 7 1/4. So see, it's a different, that's why I could tape that or glue that little guy shut there. But yeah, isn't that adorable? And it's made with a Dr. Seuss book page. How fun is that? So, well, I hope you enjoyed the video. Again, if there's anything you'd like to see or you have any comments or feedback, I'd love to hear from you. Don't forget to subscribe if you like what you're seeing, and I will see you next time. Thanks so much. Bye.